what it is, Duke City. You listen to Two Men On 95.9 FM AM 610, The Sports Animal. And as I do quite often here on this program, I got a bone to pick. Joining me on the other side of the glass, super producer, stand-up comedian, and NFL enthusiast, A. Marie Castillo. What's happening, girl?
Oh my gosh, when you were warming up and you're like, I thought you were going to say football is back.
Okay, I'll do it again. The Little League World Series starts today. Let's go.
Would.
The old Shyamalan twist there, A. Marie Castillo. Fred's not here.
Fred's not here. Wait, I do more for the mic. Fred's not here.
There you go. You got to get the echo in the background. Well done. Congratulatoriums.
Which means this show is going to be full of foodies and fashion.
Yeah, that's all we're doing is food reviews today.
And dog pictures.
Now that super sports fan Frederick Slowford is not here, we're going to talk a lot of sports today.
We are going to talk a lot of sports.
We've heard your emails. We've heard your concerns. A lot of strongly worded letters here to our bosses at the Sports Animal that we don't talk a lot of sports. Not true.
What?
Untrue.
Huh?
So anyways, Taylor Swift
Yes.
gives $55 million to her Eras crew.
That's pretty incredible.
That is an amount of money that I don't plan to ever have. Trust me.
She's saving the economy.
Just like you, friend of the show, just like you, loyal listener, I like me some money.
Follow the money. That's why we like sports.
Money does not bring happiness, but as sure as hell does avoid sadness. Amory, how much if you had more money, how much more would you sports bet?
Oh, I actually was asked this question the other day because I plan on winning the lottery. I'll miss you all. I was laughing because I know myself. I just have this weird thing where I would still sports bet that because I don't bet a lot of money because I don't have it. I bet responsibly, Van, as everyone else should, and
within your means.
As I promote to everybody, have a budget, know when to walk away. I just want to restate that. What my favorite part is? I guarantee when I hit the lottery and I was making like Taylor Swift Eras money.
Okay.
I guarantee I would start hitting all my bets. That's how that's going to work, by the way.
Because money brings money. It takes money.
Right?
It takes
I'm like,
money
watch
to
me
make
hit
money.
all my parlays. Not like 1 out of 10. It's like, watch just all these parlays hit.
And I can't wait to hit parlays today. We're going to hear your parlays in the 5 o'clock hour.
Can't wait.
For tonight.
Yes.
Also, is 5 o'clock too late to do these parlays? When is kickoff?
No, it's not.
I had a super important production meeting before this.
We had a very
I have no idea when kickoff is. I was just assuming it's 6:30. 505-246-0610.
I can tell you.
Hit us up on the Sports Animal text line and tell the sports show when the sports ball is tonight, please.
Well, and it's funny because I actually prepared for you like the pregame, like what to expect, what to bet on if you're going to do it. I just think football being back. Well, let's start with Taylor Swift first, and then we'll go to football. Taylor Swift is the best. And LA's mad at her also, Van. They're mad at her, the hotel, because she's about to do like a bunch of shows in LA this week.
Okay.
And hotel workers are on a strike. I'm so sorry that I wasn't more aware of the strike, and I don't know much about it, but they want Taylor Swift to cancel her shows.
Because they have to work too hard when she comes into town?
No, because they're like they're on strike for working for the hotel. So like Taylor Swift is helping the hotel business in LA by coming, and having like 6 shows.
Who is working in LA?
I don't know.
All the actors and producers and writers and everyone except for the studio executives, they're all on strike. Apparently, all the hotel workers are on strike. I mean, this is directly affecting all the sex workers in LA, that's for sure. No comment?
No comment.
Not jumping in? ex-pimp A. Castillo
Oh yes,
has no comment
those are
on this.
long past. That was like 17 years ago. That was I'm way past those days, man.
17 years. That I'm pretty sure I'm not a criminal prosecutor. Neither will I be your defendant in any your defense attorney in any trial ever. But I think 17 years is enough for the statute of limitations to lapse on all of your previous crimes.
Okay, well, thank gosh I went by a different name.
It was your name.
Yeah, it's my government name. So I'm not.
Your dead name.
I'm dead now.
Yeah, your dead name. Got a great program for you today. We're going to be talking a lot of football. Football's back, baby. Let's go.
I'm so ready.
Little League World Series talk. I got some very serious thoughts on the Little League World Series, and we're going to hit them with, I'm going to hit you with these thoughts at the very next segment. So get ready. We're coming in hot on the program today. Little Mets and Yankees talk. They all suck. New York sucks. Somalia. I can be a sprinter for Somalia, so that's
Same.
awesome.
I'm telling the boss, this doesn't work out in the next couple days. I'm just gonna become a sprinter.
We got more football talk in the 5 o'clock hour. We're going to be previewing the first game of the season. Who are we high on? What is actually going to happen tonight? We got some NMSU basketball talk. Of course, we got the I-9 varsity. We got some fake fighting talk. And of course, as always, we got voice of the Isotopes, Josh Sushan, joining us right before we hand it on over to the Isotopes broadcast.
Okay, so Van, just to clear up for everybody that's listening to the sports animal right now, the game, it's the Hall of Fame game tonight,
Hall of Fame game.
Which if you haven't been to the Hall of Fame,
right?
I obviously am an NFL. What'd you call me? I like this new title.
Enthusiast.
I have been, and it's amazing. Even though my team has never won a Super Bowl or done much, it was still a good time for any football fan to enjoy. It's in Canton. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, which will be 6 p.m. our time.
Okay.
Right when we start talking to Josh Sushan.
Okay.
So you do have time to get your bets in when I talk to you at 5.
Yeah, so we're going to give you your bets at 5 o'clock.
Right on the dot.
I'm gonna sprinkle in a couple as well.
I'm very excited.
They might not be on the books, but I got some sure things.
And hear me out about football is back, because obviously I am obsessed with the NFL. I live for it. 365. Sure, it's like I'm excited.
Get a life.
I need to get a life.
Uh-huh.
And people come at me, and when I post, they're like, "It is just preseason." That's not, I know it is. And tonight, am I going to watch every down? No. Is it going to be on in my living room? Yes. Am I going to pay attention? Yes. Because, it's Zach Wilson versus Kellen Mond, and I'm just like here for it. And especially because the New York Jets are so hyped. I think this is a great Hall of Fame game. They're the most, I think they're the most overhyped team. It's like Super Bowl or bust now for them, I feel like. And then you got the Browns, who are the weirdest wild card team. It's gonna be a fun matchup for me.
I am off the Browns train. I am choo-chooing no more
choo-choo
for the Cleveland Browns.
Choo-choo.
They have fooled me over and over and over again.
Yeah,
I don't care what Pro Football Focus says about how stacked their roster is. Cleveland is doomed. God hates Cleveland
for some reason.
And I am not backing anything Cleveland does. The sports world, the music world, the entertainment world, the culinary world. Cleveland is dead to me.
Jets fans and Browns fans have the same vibe too. They both are just like, I think they just have accepted their fate. Well, I think Jets fans are like way excited right now because of Aaron Rodgers. But that being said, I'm very excited that football is on, because it's just like, I love this time of year, and it's just getting me so excited that football is back. It's just on my TV. I know it's preseason.
What do we do? 36 days away? Is that the countdown today?
35.
We are 35.
Well, yes. I mean, football is back, but the first regular kickoff of NFL is Thursday, September 7th. The Lions head to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs.
You're telling me we're already past a Wu-Tang's debut album, Number of Chambers of Days. We are past 36 chambers of days away from football.
Yes.
We are fastly approaching less than 1 month away from the best sport in the history of the world. Is that what you're saying to me right now?
Yes, I am.
So anyways, Taylor Swift gives $55 million to her crew, including, let me tell you, a cold, hard, clean, million to every single one of the truck drivers on the Era Tour.
What?
Taylor Swift has boosted the economy of the United States of America and every single city she went to.
You know, she pays more than GMs do for running backs.
That is correct. Dalvin Cook is not going to be signed
You know what?
by any
He
NFL
should
team,
just go work at the Eras Tour.
but he's going to be driving a truck for the Eras Tour. How is his driving record?
Oh, from the live stream Facebook chat. If you're not watching, watch. It's at Talk ABQ.
Okay.
Correct, Fred? Van?
Oh, that is correct. Thank
I was
you.
just going to make fun of Duke City Championship Wrestling because we all know that's Fred talking about himself that says this show sucks without Fred.
Yeah, from the texter on Facebook Live or YouTube Live or however else you want to watch besides being right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal, whether you're streaming us on talkabq.com, the KNML app, the TuneIn app, if you're listening in the future on Spotify or Apple or Stitcher or however you get your podcasts, you can join us right now. You can live heckle us if you'd like to on 505-246-0610, the Sports Animal Hotline. The exact same number, making it easy for you, friends of the show, 505-246-0610, the Sports Animal text line. Feel free to heckle us. You got a hot take? Drop a hot take. If it's worthy, we'll put it on air. If it's not worthy, we will lambaste you.
Okay, so Van, are you a Swiftie?
Go on. No, I get the appeal, but it's not for me.
It's not, but
It's
you don't
not for
hate
me.
it. But you don't hate it.
Oh God, no. Game recognized game, like Go Girl or whatever people say that these days.
You go, girl.
Yeah, sure. Is
I-
that
I-
still relevant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, like go off, Queen.
Ah, there it is.
I think that's what it is.
Yes, Queen.
I think that's what it is.
Is that a good one?
Yes.
Okay, that one.
That one. See, here's my thing. I am a huge Swiftie. Love the Swiftie. I tried to get tickets, but I am not going to pay. There's not even an event I think I'd pay for. Like people are paying for the T Swift. Not even like, I don't even think I'd buy football tickets for this much, over like thousands of dollars. And I don't think I want to go because it looks good from TikTok, but I don't think these Taylor Swift concerts, I just think they'd be a headache.
Well, all those screaming
Oh.
children.
And it's a lot of women in one stadium. And I just feel like it would just be a headache. So as much as I want to go, and I'm so happy she's doing this, I think it's doing a lot of great things for the economy. Just, it's not for me.
Okay, let's go through the Taylor Swift tour, and I'm going to tell you why she's the bad guy.
Oh, boy.
Taylor Swift is the anti-hero. You know, I'm good. I'm happy for all of her successes. That's awesome what she did for everyone who works on her tour, giving away $55 million of her hard-earned dollars. That is awesome. But look where she's going. Los Angeles, 6 shows. Miami, 3 shows. New Orleans, 3 shows.
Mhm.
Indianapolis, 3
Yeah, she
shows.
just added all these on. Yeah.
Yeah. She's not going to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Where
Hey,
would she perform?
Anywhere. You don't have to have 100,000 seat stadium. Our 12,000 or whatever that are at the amphitheater. That's fine. We could pack 15K in Isotope Stadium. That'd be sweet. How about a little ballpark tour? Come help the Albuquerque economy. She doesn't go to the South? There's some struggling economies in the South.
That's true.
Yeah. Why are you going to Los Angeles? They don't need any more money.
And then she goes
Why are
to
you going to New
Canada.
York? They don't need any more money. Why are you going to Miami? They don't need any more money. If you think you can single-handedly improve the economy of all the tour stops, go to friggin' Gary, Indiana, Taylor.
She is going to Indianapolis, though.
That doesn't count. No one wants to go to Indianapolis. The only reason they're going there is for friggin' March Madness or Taylor Swift. No one else wants the punishment of having to go to Indianapolis.
And here's my other take on the Eras Tour.
Nothing there? You're not going to just
No.
smack that softball I tossed into
No,
you?
too easy.
Okay. Football's back.
Football's back.
Football is back. Hall of Fame game today. Kicks off at 6. We're going to give you our picks and our previews, all of our analysis. That goes down right at 5 o'clock. And when we get back, a Little League World Series talk I'll tell you why you should be excited, and I'll tell you why you should be pissed off. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal.
This message brought to you by Sandia Golf Club.
Our state's best golf course, voted on by golfers, is Sandia Golf Club. Committed to providing the best experience and best conditions to golfers of all levels. There's nothing like it. Visit sandiagolf.com for the best available rates and to book your tee time today. We'll see you on the tee.
Well, traffic right now, things continue to move slow southbound on I-25 between Osuna and Comanche. Also northbound I-25 now starting to see some slowdowns between Gibson and Central. Headed west on Paseo right now, you're going to see a bit of congestion as you approach 2nd Street. Watch yourself going through there. North of town, I-25 between Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Don't see any problems in either direction there. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
It's been more than 2 months since the JETS landed Aaron Rodgers, but the vibes are somehow still as good as they were the day that trade became official. When was the last time you could say that about this team? Not since Broadway Joe was out there in his mink coat and white cleats. They finally have the pieces in place to actually contend. They are the most interesting team in the NFL right now.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Bring your sports cards, Pokemon cards, movie cards, music cards, any trading cards you want to trade, sell, or get a valuation. The buyers from California and New Mexico will be there to buy cards. All in autographs, August 5th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Meet with trading card buyers to buy, trade, or get valuation on your cards. All in autographs, 2225 Wyoming Boulevard Northeast in Hoffmantown Square off Wyoming and Manal. Visit allinautographs.com.
TJ Trout here, and Albuquerque has been seeing record-breaking heat. So are you tired of sweating and being hot in your home? Do you still have a swamp cooler? Well, Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and AC has an immediate solution for you. Convert to AC now. In most cases, Daniels can have your project executed in a week from initial consultation to install. Their install crews are working hard to create comfort for thousands of families across New Mexico. Stop procrastinating and call Daniels today for a no-obligation refrigerated air estimate at 505-898-8860. It's a game changer.
Walking through a junkyard, each wrecked car tells a story. This one, very sad. She had been drinking and driving. Oh, and this one, terrible. The driver was drunk and drove clear off the road. And this one was my family. The drunk driver hit us, and my wife and our daughter. They didn't make it.
Drinking and driving causes far too many tragic stories. It's time to end DWI. This message brought to you by NMDOT.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language? In as little as 3 weeks, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
We came to play. We came to play. We came to play.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. Fredless Thursday in the house. Van Nunley here with you. A-Marie Castillo on the other side of the glass. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610. What's the station name?
The Sports Animal.
Oh, it's the Sports Animal. The animals of sports.
We really are.
Los Animales de Deportes. Little League World Series starts today.
Pumped.
Southeast region, Southwest region starts off the tourney. Southeast region going down in Warner Robins, Georgia. That sounds like a lovely place.
Sounds humid.
It's Georgia. Are there parts of Georgia that aren't humid? Southwest region starts today, Waco, Texas. Everybody else starting shortly thereafter. And of course, as always, going to end up in where it always ends up. So happens all around Asia, Australia, Canada,
So awesome.
Europe. They've been going on already, but I mean, the real deal, what you're going to be watching on television starts today. And this is the road to the Little League World Series, as always, in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to tell you what, I think this is the cutest, most adorable thing that we pump these kids up and we put them on television and show their highlights. We show their lowlights. We show their triumphs. We show their struggles. We talk about their favorite color, their favorite candy, their favorite band, their favorite baseball player. The announcers give cute little quips about their lives and what they do in school. And I'll tell you why this is bad, A-Marie.
I was waiting for it.
Because we are exploiting these children. These are children. ESPN, the Little League World Series, T-Mobile. These people are making money off of these children, and these children get nothing from it.
You can't even legally bet on it, except you can. There's a selection of future bets that can be placed, and that's it.
Is there a prop bet over if little Ricky cries again this year?
No, there isn't. Come on, give me that.
What would the over-under be on children crying when they get their hearts broken?
Even though there's no crying in baseball, we know that.
How about drunk dad in the outfield fights? Can you bet on that at the Little League World Series?
I want to know how many dads are there. The dads that played a competitive level of baseball but never made it. Oh, I feel so bad for those kids.
Those dads are the worst.
They're the worst.
They're the second worst after everyone who makes money off of these children.
Which a lot of people do because, Van, I watch it. I know you watch it. I don't know anyone who doesn't really. I know people that just enjoy it. They invest in it too. I invest in it. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this game, and not because of betting. We all know usually it's because of betting. I think it's just awesome because it's kids going out and try to win. There's no limelight. There's no contracts. There's no money. It's great. That's why I like it. It's just baseball in its purest form. Kids trying to win.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you there. That's the sweet part. I mean, these kids.
I was going to bring
these kids get to live these dreams. I played this level of baseball, and we got to a couple tournaments outside of the city tournament, and it was really cool. We tried really friggin' hard to make it this far. We came up short. I was very passionate about it. One game, I hit a game-winning RBI double, and then another game, I missed a pop-up in the outfield. It can be the ups and downs are so bipolar. It's insane. But the ups for the people who host this thing and suck in all them sponsorship dollars, T-Mobile and the rest, you're exploiting these kids. This should be an exclusively nonprofit event with all of this TV dollar money, all of this sponsorship money should go back into the organization and should go into nonprofits. You should not be profiting off of these children. I don't think that's a hard stance to take.
I can't believe you can bet on the National Spelling Bee, but you can't bet on the Little League World Series.
And of course, you go straight to gambling.
No, Van, I never thought of it in that way. There are people taking advantage of children in this instant.
Yes.
And there's a lot of pressure on these kids. We both grew up playing sports, and there's a lot of politics that go involved. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't see. I guarantee there will be some 30 for 30 down the road. the real scenes behind, I don't know,
Yeah.
Little League World Series.
The dark side of the dugout.
Just, something crazy.
Would you believe there was a tournament held every year where we exploit the hell out of these unsuspecting children and their families? Next on the other 4-letter network, the dark side of the dugout. This is what it is. These poor children, they're making millions of dollars off these kids, and they get nothing from it except for a cool story to tell later.
Yeah, does it help in their resume as they grow into? I know club ball's important, and then when you start getting scouted, like you're like, I was in the Little League World Series when I was 10. Like, does it help?
No, it doesn't matter because you got to play with one of Matt Holliday's children or whatever. Every one of Matt Holliday's kids from here on out is going to be the number 1 pick, and they all went to the Little League World Series, and they're all the best player on the team. And all these kids ride the coattails of the one really good pitcher and the one really good shortstop. There is no Little League team where their best player is the right fielder. There is no Aaron Judge in the Little League World Series stuck out there in right field. It's all like the best pitcher. You shut down the other team and you got to score 2 or 3 runs because there's going to be some errors because they're children.
Okay, so this is just Little League in general.
Okay.
I love this because the Little League was founded in like 1939. There are 30 confirmed members since 1939 to be in the Hall of Fame.
From the Sports Animal text line, 505-246-0610. Give us your hot takes and we'll share them. Here's a hot one.
Oh, can't wait.
Shout out to 3900. I saw Britney Spears at the amphitheater when it opened.
Hey,
if it's good
so
enough
did
for
I.
Britney, did you and the Brentwood baddies all go together?
Actually, yes.
Ooh.
Oh my God, man, I have pictures.
Did you get to hold your boyfriend's hand?
I didn't have a boyfriend then.
Did you get to hold your girlfriend's
No,
hand?
I didn't. That wasn't the case either, but I appreciate you.
I don't know.
I know people will be surprised with my whole brand, but no.
If it's good enough for Britney in her heyday, it's good enough for
That's
T
so
Swift.
funny.
I agree.
I also saw Usher there
Taylor Swift,
and Britney Spears.
you're a money-grubbing fascist. Start taking your Eras tour and improve the economy of places that need it.
It could make it more exclusive too.
Yeah.
Not playing. I know you're selling out stadiums multiple nights in a row, and that's great. And of course,
Yeah.
they're NFL stadiums. Those guys are never greedy or want money or anything, or all about the money.
Hey, Post Malone is the biggest artist on the planet right now. Guess who's coming to Albuquerque next Wednesday?
Post Malone.
Post Malone. We need some more.
Jelly Roll's coming.
You think you're not safe
Or
here?
isn't it tonight?
Taylor Swift, you think you're not safe in Albuquerque because you don't have face tattoos? Post Malone's
Also, all the
fine. You'll
big-
be fine.
All the big country artists come here.
Yes. What are you going to do in between Denver and Phoenix? What are you going to do in between Dallas and Los Angeles? You got to go down this road. Your $1 million bus drivers have to go down our interstates to get to your next destination. Entertain the city of Albuquerque, T Swift. You musical terrorist. Allegedly.
I am open to having this conversation, even though I'm a Swiftie.
She should do the right thing. If you're going to give away $55 million to the people who worked on your tour, throw a bone at Albuquerque, T Swift.
Yeah, because she went to Denver.
Yeah,
She went to Phoenix.
Learn a Selena song.
I mean, she's hit the Southwest pretty much.
Do one bitty bitty bum bum,
Go
and
to-
then you're going to be a legend here forever.
If she goes to Utah, not New Mexico, I'm going to be so mad.
Anywhere but here. Okay, I get it. Denver, all right.
Phoenix.
It's 4 times the size. I get it. Phoenix, it's 5 times the size.
She went to Houston.
You got to get those. Houston, it's the 3rd biggest city in the country, 4th
Austin?
biggest city in the country. Austin.
Or Dallas. No, she played Dallas. She played Jerry's World.
Okay, Dallas. We get it. You got to do the top 10, top 12. Guess what? We're one tier right below that. Don't skip over us, T Swift.
She should have a mid-sized city tour.
I bet Taylor Swift sponsors the Little League World Series and doesn't give those kids $1. When we get back, a sprinkle more baseball talk before we do a lot of football and basketball for the rest of the program. The Mets suck. The Yankees suck. Front runner fans, this is what you deserve. You can't buy your way into a championship. You get what you deserve. Mets and Yankees talk when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, get 10% off all kitchen cabinet orders of $1,000 or more. Lowe's knows pros. Cashier must apply discount at time of purchase. Discount on cabinet purchase only. Coupon cannot be used with any other discount. Valid 7/27 through 8/9.
Full traffic right now. We are starting to see slowdowns westbound on I-40. Those are going to start around 4th Street. They'll last until Coors. Congestion continuing southbound on I-25 as you approach Osuna. Those last until Comanche. Also dealing with slowdowns on Paseo westbound between 2nd Street and the river. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
In the end, it really is pretty underwhelming. Don't get me wrong. Tennessee desperately needed to add an outside weapon. Ever since they created that A.J. Brown-sized hole in their offense, they have needed help at wide receiver. And whatever is left of D-Hop is infinitely better than whatever it is they have right now. Name one active Titans receiver with at least 1,000 career yards. I'm guessing there's no way that Nuke thought that he would end up signing for 2 years and $26 million, but here we are.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a Frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's Single and a Frosty for me.
and a Frosty. Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Don't miss the final days of end-of-season deals during the Truckload event at Lowe's. Right now, save on major appliances and get an additional 10% off in-store clearance appliances. Plus, take up to 25% off select storage totes like the Project Source Commander tote. Just $11.98 was $15.98. Find big savings now. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/9. Exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
All personal injury law firms are not the same. We all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our injured clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Multi-state offices. Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque. Glenn Lerner is only licensed in Nevada.
Hey, it's me, Ruthie, from Total Wine & More. You know how stores have been raising their prices lately? Well, lean into your speaker a little closer because I've got a big secret to share. Total Wine is actually lowering our prices on hundreds of wines. I know, right? And even better, our new lower prices on hundreds of wines are here to stay. But listen, don't thank me. At Total Wine, we love helping our customers save big. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Bring your sports cards, Pokemon cards, movie cards, music cards, any trading cards you want to trade, sell, or get a valuation. The buyers from California and New Mexico will be there to buy cards. All in autographs, August 5th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Meet with trading card buyers to buy, trade, or get valuation on your cards. All In Autographs, 2225 Wyoming Boulevard Northeast in Hoffmantown Square off Wyoming and Manal. Visit allinautographs.com.
It's time for kickoff, and the Believe podcast will get you ready for the new season.
How do you live through this as a Detroit sports fan?
Believe has podcasts covering all 32 NFL teams and many of your favorite college teams, too.
You solidified your defense. You got better.
Sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone.
And if you don't do those things, then you're not even trying your hardest to win at football, and I don't know what we're doing.
He's going to be hit from the side. That's a sack. For football coverage of your favorite team, search BLEAV podcasts wherever you listen.
The Sports Animal is now 27 years old. What we're saying is, it's now not creepy to tell us how good we look for our age. Just remember, we're not that kind of station. Creeper.
That was me, not the song. Welcome back, Duke City. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. One Van Nunley here, one A. Marie Castillo on the other side of the glass. You got hot takes, 505-246-0610. Hit us up on the Sports Animal hotline. We made it easy for you. Exact same number. You can text us. You don't want your voice on the radio? Text your hot takes. And we have a absolute fire hot take. Shout out to 2062. Instead of betting on the kids, you should figure out a drinking game. Look,
totally. I think I'm all about it. I'm on board.
Look, 2062, my brother in Christ. You get the show. You understand us. Let's shop this out. Slip slide into our DMs on Instagram at TalkABQ. Let's figure out this Little League drinking game. I will meet you at the bar of your choice, probably Howie Sports Page. Shout out to Howie Sports Page. We're going to be back there for Monday Night Football every Monday this football season, including the Monday Night Football playoff games. We had so much fun last year, Amory. You made it to a couple. You didn't make it to enough. I'll tell you that much.
Howie's is a very dangerous place.
Yes. Dangerous as in too much fun, not dangerous as in stabby.
Well, the problem is, and then maybe this says I have a problem, Howie's is a dangerous place for people like me because I want to be productive during football season just because I make so much content out of the Sports Animal and do other things that, man, it's just too much fun.
It is too much fun. That's the part we enjoy.
But I'm telling everyone to go, though.
What
it's
the boys
awesome.
do, we clock in, we make quality programming, and then we party balls at Howie Sports Page. We hoot and holler with the Monday Night Maniacs. We rage at the page, and I am so excited for football season to get right back to Howie Sports Page.
They have such good wings, too.
Oh, bomb.
Like, they just have great bar food. I'm
Everything.
big on pushing the food, as always, as you know.
Naturally.
But their wings are top-notch.
From our love of Howie Sports Page directly into my hatred of New York baseball.
Oh, you're just so happy right now.
The Mets and Yankees suck, and I've never been happier to be a hater right now. I am sipping 40-ounce glass jars of this haterade, and it tastes so good right now.
Haven't you always had a hatred for them, though?
See, not really. See, I'm not the guy that hates another team. So, you know, I'm an Astros fan. I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. I'm a Fairweather Rockets fan. And I just root for my team.
I appreciate
really don't,
the fair weather.
I'm not, you know, if there's a compelling storyline, I switch my NBA fandom quite a bit. But if the Rockets are doing good, I'm a fanboy. But anyways, I don't root against a team. Like, that's not what I do. I root for my team. Like, as a Packers fan, don't hate the Bears. Football is better when the Bears are good. I hope Justin Fields is as good as I say he is, because I think this kid is the truth, and he's going to take a step forward this year and take another step forward next year, and he's going to be in the MVP conversation super fast. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about hatred. And I hate people who try to buy championships.
I was going to say, more money, more problems.
If you develop your own players and then supplement around these players that you drafted that you traded for, that you developed, that you trained yourself, that have been in your organization, and then you spend money around them, go crazy. I love it. What my Astros have done, what the Yankees of the West, the Dodgers have done. Most of the Dodgers team, they don't just buy everyone. Of course, they stole Mookie Betts.
They don't buy, they rob.
They stole Freddie Freeman. But everyone else on their team is homegrown. Like, these guys came up with them. They're good at developing. But the Mets, there's no one on this team that's a Met. No one. They tried to buy a whole team, and now it's a dumpster fire, and I'm cooking friggin' s'mores on top of this dumpster fire because I love it so much.
Do you remember when the owner of the Mets, Steve Cohen, was like 3 years ago in 2020, he's like, we're definitely going to have a World Series in the next couple of years. And now it's year 3 of him owning it. And he's like, okay. He's like one of the guys who probably talked to one of his friends, like, we should own a bar.
Sure.
And then he's like, oh, this is not how it works. You just don't buy a shiny new car or team and it just doesn't win.
Okay, I just bought a truck, so careful there. The New York Mets, their payroll this year is $344 million. That is a record. They don't even have a 500 winning percentage.
No.
They are in the basement of the National League East, outside of the playoffs, to the point where they had a fire sale. They sold off all their good players, not named Lindor or Alonso, sold and paid for 2 Cy Young Award winners. Max Scherzer to the Rangers, my dude Justin Verlander back to the Astros, and paid for more than half of their salaries. That's how bad it is. And I am here for it. The New York Mets and their $344 million payroll, you know what you can buy for that? You can buy the first place Cincinnati Reds, the second place Miami Marlins. You can buy the second place Tampa Bay Rays, and you can buy the first place Baltimore Orioles and still have $9 million left. That's how pathetic they are this year. And sign me up. This is just, I love it so much. In trailing the Mets, also
more money, more problems.
A staggering amount of money, $279 million. The New York Yankees,
with players who aren't even playing,
are in 4th place, tied for 4th place. Last place in the AL East. Excuse me. I'm sorry for yelling. New York Yankees are in last place. In between the New York Mets and New York Yankees. That is, let me math,
a lot of money.
$623 million for nothing.
They should hit up Taylor Swift for financial advice.
Sure. Pay their truckers. San Diego Padres, they suck too. They're the 3rd highest payroll team. Philadelphia Phillies.
I feel like this is just fun for you, Van.
They suck. $245 million from the Phillies. The Rangers are in 4th, showing some success. Dodgers are in 6th, showing some success. Astros are in 7th, showing some success.
So what you're telling me, Van, is that you can't buy a championship.
You can't buy championships.
What can you buy?
The Miami Marlins did it one time. They did it once with homegrown talent, and they bought a championship one time. That's the exception, not the rule. You have to have a whole roster full of affordable, talented players that are under league average contract, and then you supplement them with free agents. You can't just buy a championship. This dumpster fire, the New York Mets, is just so delicious. The Oakland Athletics, the lowest payroll in the league.
What?
They are punting, no doubt about that. The Pittsburgh Pirates, right behind them. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. The 28th lowest payroll is the first place Baltimore Orioles.
There you go.
$70 million. You can
A
buy
young team too.
You can buy 5 whole teams, 5 26-man rosters of the Baltimore Orioles, what you paid for the New York Mets. Right behind the New York Mets, second place Tampa Bay Rays, $77 million. 24th highest, Cincinnati Reds, $92 million. 22, second place Miami Marlins, $100 million. You could buy 3.5 Miami Marlins for 1 Mets. Second place Arizona Diamondbacks, $118 million. And then we get to the mediocre teams and the mediocre payrolls. You can't do it. And I hope you learned your lesson this year.
I don't think they're going to.
And when you got Steve Cohen money, it doesn't matter whatsoever. But I am here for it. And look, I get it. Anthony Rizzo, it's unfortunate what happened to him. He got a concussion. He's out now. Aaron Judge had an epic season last year. Aaron Judge, he's a great guy. I don't hate individual human beings, all right? But your franchise, the Mets, the Yankees, this is what you deserve. This is what you signed up for, and it's failing.
Big time.
Spectacularly failing, and you deserve it. The Rangers, Dodgers, and Astros are getting away with it. But there's also homegrown talent on all these teams, so good for them. The Atlanta Braves, we don't count those guys. They're the exception to the rule. They got a $205 million payroll, and they got some sweet team-friendly contracts. And the Atlanta Braves are going to be the best in the MLB for a decade. Get used to it. But the Mets, the Yankees, 505-246-0610, Mets fan, Yankees fan, how do you redeem this? How do you go back to relevancy? You got to blow it all up.
I am more worried about the Mets than I am the Yankees.
Why is that?
I don't think this owner knows what he's doing.
Their farm systems have been depleted, and I can't talk very much as an Astros fan because we depleted ours in the last couple of years, but we're still successful. So sniff a bag of farts, losers. But the Mets, the Yankees, you got to blow it all up and start over. You got to pull what the Cubs did, what the Astros did. You got to start from scratch, build from the bottom, and then in a few years, you start spending money to supplement your homegrown talent because that's the way it works. I'm sorry. It's a 162-game season. You can't spend $350 million and try to just win one game. That's not how this sport works.
I think people are loving it, though.
Yes, we all love it. Unless you're a Mets or Yankees fan, baseball loves this. The Padres try to do the same thing out in the West Coast. And by the way, if you're a regular fan of the show, you know I love the Padres. You know I love their jerseys. You know I love the city of San Diego. I'm rooting for you. That's all you got, San Diego fan. Go Padres. But you did it wrong. You can't just buy a championship. It's not how this sport works. Works in the NBA. That's the only one. When we get back, I have an absolutely hilarious story. We're going to roast an African nation, and I don't like doing that, but in this situation, we are completely warranted. Football talk, NMSU talk, the I-9 varsity, and even more football talk in the 5 o'clock hour. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey DQ fans, the Caramel Fudge Cheesecake Blizzard treat has arrived. It's so wonderful that you won't want to miss out. Indulge your cheesecake cravings and get a heaping helping of fudge and caramel too. Try it today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
The traffic right now, we are starting to see more slow spots around town. We'll start with I-40 westbound, slowdowns between the interchange and Rio Grande. Northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central, traffic moving slow there. Also got that congestion southbound on I-25 as you approach Osuna and going until Comanche. Westbound on Paseo right now, Jefferson to Coors, traffic moving slow there also. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Andrew Perloff with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Angie. It's easier than ever to get home projects done well. Get started at Angie.com. The Jets and Browns kick off the preseason tonight. Two teams with different expectations. The Browns made Deshaun Watson the richest player in NFL history last year, but still, expectations are somewhat modest. As for the Jets, we're talking Super Bowl or bust. Once September rolls around, the pressure is on, at least in New York. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Telling it like it is.
Quarterback in the NFL is an utter pressure cave. And then there's Mahomes. TV cameras hovering, newborn, challenging brother, playing with 9 or 10 rookies, scrutiny of the world, most talked about football player on the earth, won the Super Bowl. His game is his personality.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
O'Reilly. Protect your engine with Syntec full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec is designed for today's engines to dissipate heat and reduce friction and wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec full synthetic and a MicroGuard Select oil filter for just $33.99, plus 2 times O Rewards points. Limits apply. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did you know that Indigo Mortgage has had the same name and ownership for 20 years now? I can think of only a tiny handful of local mortgage companies that can make that claim. I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage, and proud to say that over the last 20 years, we have helped many homeowners in our community finance their homes with honesty and integrity. And in today's mortgage environment, borrowers need an advocate working for them, not an application taker like that with big banks and national lenders. Because Indigo Mortgage is a broker, we can most often find the right mortgage with the lowest rates for our borrowers. And please shop around to be certain that you're getting the best rates and fees on your mortgage. And as always, be sure to include your trusted local mortgage company, Indigo Mortgage. Find us on the net at indigomortgage.net or by calling 836-5700. That's 836-5700. Indigo Mortgage, NMLS 23-1962 and 188-348.
Your next success begins with University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited state university for more than 75 years. UMGC has been giving working adults the affordable, online education you need to reach the future you want. Because the path to success is different for everyone, we offer more than 125 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, along with success coaches and lifetime career services. Our online and hybrid courses let you learn on your schedule. No-cost digital materials in place of most textbooks, affordable tuition, and financial resources make UMGC accessible. You know what it feels like to succeed. We'll help you succeed again. Too late isn't a vocabulary. Reach your next at University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Undergraduate and most graduate courses start August 16th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate.
What'd you say? Oh, I watched it.
For sport.
It made me so sad.
And AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Is this Taylor Swift? Is this what this is?
No.
Is that economy crashing Taylor Swift? Is that who this is? Scared of Albuquerque Taylor Swift? Is this a Taylor Swift? Delicious food. You would love like a.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to give Taylor Swift like an Allsup's burrito or an Allsup's chimichanga.
Absolutely.
Free advertising for our friends at Allsup's right now.
See if she liked the red or green chili. Have like a contest or something.
Ooh.
Put on an event.
As bland as her music is, I don't think she can handle it. Hey-o.
Yeah.
You're listening to Two Men On 95.9 FM AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got a little special interest story here
Oh
from
my
the
gosh.
world of sports.
Man,
This
I
is
can't
behind-
believe I missed this. And we need the listeners at the Sports Animal to take the time. Not while you're driving. Please do not look
Please.
up something and be safe. But please look this up because it actually made me sad.
So what had happened was a Somalian sprinter
If you could call it that.
and the Somalian jogger, and from the South, we got to stay in there. Bless her heart.
It made me sad watching it.
Shout out to, I mean, she gave it her all. She showed up. She went through the motions. She tried. Okay. Nasra Abubakar Ali. I hope I said that right. For the World University Games in China. She raced for the country of Somalia. Not like at a family barbecue. Not at like a middle school track and field race. The World University Games in China. They put someone, and if you watch this clip, it is apparent that she has never taken part in any race ever.
And this isn't to body shame anyone, but these athletes, the way they train and how runners are built.
Correct.
Like this girl has some weight on her, and it, with all due respect, there's no way. She is definitely untrained.
Ladies, I'm not telling you what you can and can do in this world, because I believe, despite a couple physical limitations, male versus female testosterone and estrogen battle that is ongoing throughout human history, you can do anything men can do. Okay, I firmly believe that. I have a mother, a sister, and a daughter I love very much. I put all the faith in the world in him. She looks pregnant.
No, she does.
She got like a big
And as I
tum-tum.
said, again, we're not body shaming here,
No,
but like
this-
it literally looks like someone who's just out of shape. And these athletes are unreal. Like she gets smoked in this 100-meter race, which most of us would. The average person would, right? We would
Yeah.
all get smoked. We would all look like we're jogging compared to these people. But it was almost like it was so embarrassing.
It was legit sad. It was hard to watch. So the winner of the race at 11 seconds flat. The world record is 10.49 seconds. And she comes in at double that at 21.81 seconds.
If you watch it, I watched it twice. I was like, no way is this real when you brought this to my attention pre-production meeting. You're just waiting for it to cross the line compared to all the other sprinters.
All the other sprinters crossed the line. They did their celebrations. They did the high fives. They gave each other hugs. And then the camera pans back, and this poor girl is still running.
Also, I feel bad for her. She's just roasted. And I want to follow up with this story at some point because I'm intrigued to see why they did this.
There's an international outcry that the Minister of Sport should step down for embarrassing this poor girl the way they did. And it's not like the sprinter got hurt and just showing national pride, they let the shot put throw a run. This is the person who was supposed to be there for this event.
So I did some deep dive research
Thank you.
for this. You're welcome, because I was like, no way. Someone said it's nepotism why they picked her. I was like, really? That was out of everyone? That's what you got?
Okay, ongoing story here. Corruption, among the ranks of the Somali Olympic Committee.
Love more news for you. At
When
some
we
point.
get back, we're moving away from Somalian track and field back into what you really want to hear on the Sports Animal, NFL football. Hall of Fame game when we get back. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Traffic right now. We do have a new crash to tell you about. It is northbound on 2nd Street, just south of I-40, and it is affecting your right lane. Watch yourself in that area. Elsewhere around town right now, more and more slowdowns on I-40 westbound as you approach the interchange. Those are going to last until Rio Grande. Southbound on I-25, Osuna to Comanche, traffic moving slow there. Westbound on Paseo, as you approach 2nd Street, you're going to run into some congestion there. That'll last until Coors. Northbound on I-25 right now, Gibson to Central, traffic moving slow in that area.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Boost your imagination with Audible. Listen to the biggest selection of audio entertainment, from celeb memoirs to motivation and more. Audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. There's more to imagine when we listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. Quick shout out to the Pac-12 Conference. Hey, Pac-12, you all right? You going to make it? Because you don't look all right, and you don't look like you're going to make it. At least that's what Colorado thinks, or they would not have basically up and left you in the middle of the night. The Buffs just dumped you. In other words, they gone. So Pac-12 Conference, wave goodbye to the Buffs. Wave goodbye to your future. That is the third program that has dumped you. And it's hard to see how the bleeding is ever going to stop, considering the fact that you can't even get a media rights deal done. And if you couldn't get that media rights deal done with Prime in Colorado, then how are you going to get any deal without him? So why did Colorado just up and bolt in the middle of the night? The same reason most things happen: paper. The Buffs chase paper and stability, and right now the Pac-12 has neither one of those things to offer.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Wendy's is open till midnight or later, so you can give in to the craving and go night mode. Now all of your favorite menu items just got their bedtime extended. You can get what you want even later, like the Baconator with 6 strips of bacon, or the perfect fries and frosty duo. If you're up later, then so are we. So go ahead and pull through the drive-thru. When the craving hits, go night mode at Wendy's. Open till midnight or later. All right, see ya later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary.
Bring your sports cards, Pokemon cards, movie cards, music cards, any trading cards you want to trade, sell, or get a valuation. The buyers from California and New Mexico will be there to buy cards. All in autographs, August 5th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Meet with trading card buyers to buy, trade, or get valuation on your cards. All in autographs, 2225 Wyoming Boulevard Northeast in Hoffmantown Square off Wyoming and Manal. Visit allinautographs.com.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The Sports Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Lenny's calling about Mets Yankees.
Now betting for the Sports Animal.
And the Jets.
Your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Amory Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Five o'clock right here in the Duke City. Congratulations, friend of the show. Whether you're listening at your home, in your car, in your AirPods, however you're listening, thanks for joining us. And congratulations, friend of the show, because in 58 short minutes, you're going to have NFL football back, baby. Let's go. Yes.
On your television. I don't care if it's Zach Wilson.
Oh, I care.
I do too. I don't care. Well, the Browns are going to play a couple quarterbacks tonight. Supposedly.
The MILFs of New Jersey care very much that it's
Very
Zach
much.
Wilson.
Again, I know people are like, it's just preseason, Marie. Well, football is back, baby.
And, you know, the friends of the show are coming back in droves, too. I've got a lot
Yeah.
of great feedback that we're excited. A lot of the loyal listeners, they divert from the program a little bit during the summer.
Slow. Yeah.
They want to hear us talk about baseball and Taylor Swift. They're here for football, and they're here for our commentary, our analysis, and hopefully for some of my awful jokes. So congratulations, friend of the show. Welcome back to the Sports Animal. It's football season, baby. You get to drop off your kids at school, let somebody else raise your children, and you get to hang with us and talk football for 9 months. Let's go. Pinch poke.
Even if it's just Cleveland Browns and the Jets Hall of Fame game. 2 teams that are hyped for this season.
You're listening to 2 Men on the Sports Animal. Hit us up on the Sports Animal hotline, 505-246-0610. Sports Animal text line of the same number. Frequent contributor, hot take connoisseur, Lenny is on the line with us. What's happening, my guy?
I'm sorry I missed your exciting take on the Mets and the Yankees.
Okay, they suck and they wasted their money, and you can't buy a championship. That's it.
I'm a huge Met fan, so this year was just
yeek.
I mean, the only thing out of it was you make all those 5 trades, and you still pay $90 million in outgoing money for 7 possible prospects to refill your terrible farm system.
I mean, in their defense, Steve Cohen is made of money, and that's the only way you get any kind of value back on these awful contracts is paying down the contracts of the people you traded, because if you give the teams money, they will give you better prospects. That's the only way you recoup all these losses.
And then next year, we're going to they're calling it whatever they want. You know, they're not going to try now to sign Ohtani. I would be shocked if they went after him in the offseason. They're just going to hope that out of those 7 prospects, 3 or 4 hit, and they'll be happy.
They got the Astros' best 2, so they paid money for that. They got the Rangers' best 1.
And then they got Ronald Acuna's brother.
Yeah.
Who looks more like a running back at 5'8", 190. But really good. But their system was depleted. So it's nice if you're a Met fan, though, compared to when we had the Wilpons running the team.
Sure.
Because they kept waiting for Bernie Madoff to cut them a check.
Lenny, you know I'm a baseball dork, and I did a little digging into this, and the prospects they received had an air quote prospect value of in between $30 and $35 million, but they paid over 80 for money going out in these trades. So they lost money wasting money on these free agents, and then they lost money paying for these free agents that didn't work, and all they got back is prospects.
Yeah, because Houston gets Scherzer for almost free because the Mets are covering $35 million, and if he pitches 140 innings next year and they pick up the option, they pay for half of that option as well.
Correct.
Verlander, same thing. You basically gave him away, still paying his salary. So great. We bought lottery picks is what we did. You know, they said, let's go play the Mega Millions. And that's what Cohen's playing.
And do you have any faith in Cohen in the front office besides just having all of the money?
Well, I'll give him credit for one thing. He tried. It failed miserably. He admitted it, and he got rid of it because he could afford to do that. If we were in, the money he sent out is more than half of the team's payroll in the league.
That is correct. Yeah, the $135 million that they shipped away is more than exactly half of the league.
So he's trying to fix his headache. And at first, when he bought the Mets, he was playing with them with his money as a fan. These moves, he did it looking to be an owner. And he had to pay for those mistakes. Luckily, with the deep pockets he has, and we'll see what happens. That's all you can do as a Met fan. You know, my paper bag looked good this year. I had my 3 holes on it, with the Mets in the back.
Oh, my gosh.
we just stunk. You know, the Yankees, they didn't. The only team I'm giving credit to, and I'm so, because I lived in San Diego, was the Padres doing what they did at the trade deadline.
Lenny, Lenny, we got to know though before we let you go. But are you excited about football and who you got tonight, the Jets or the Browns?
Yeah, Lenny, you got a little.
I would rather Lance Boyle than watch tonight's football game.
What?
Lenny, you don't got a little pep in your step? Your shoulders are a little lighter?
Yeah, you're like.
I'm a Jets fan. What am I watching tonight? Zach Wilson.
Yes.
Who cares? Okay, Mecca Becton. Okay, if he throws a hot dog on the field, has a better chance of blocking that than blocking on the line. And he's a number one pick that's probably going to get cut or traded by the third exhibition game because he can't keep his job as left or right tackle against 30-year-olds or more coming off 19 injuries.
Lenny, I'm sorry you sound so defeated.
It's an exhibition game. You're looking at these are players that are 53 through 90 on the roster that are playing.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see who's going to be your special teams?
I would be more excited sitting at an all-you-can-eat sushi buffet.
Okay, well, Lenny, tomorrow's Friday, so pep up, my friend.
Okay, and I'm a Jet fan, okay? I love what they're doing. I'm disappointed they didn't sign Dalvin Cook. Something's going on with him because he's playing everyone and hasn't been signed yet. And Breece Hall, who could have won Rookie of the Year last year before he got hurt for the Jets, by the time the season begins, it'll only be 10.5 months from an ACL injury. What is he going to look like?
Yeah, I think the Jets got two running backs. They don't even need Dalvin Cook.
Okay, the only thing that's happened for the Jets this offseason was I'm shocked took place was Aaron Rodgers took over the team, worked out with the players, mentored the players, defended his coach, which Sean Payton opened his mouth, and showing leadership skills he hasn't shown with Green Bay in the past 5 years.
I mean, with the way Aaron Rodgers is acting so far as a New York Jet, I think I'm going to sign up for a darkness retreat. It's working.
I'm just signing whatever mushrooms he's taking and everything. I can go in my closet and get dark in the dark. Just give me whatever else he's taking.
Lenny, we appreciate you, man. You're the best.
But, you know, if you're going to get excited about tonight, okay, for me as a Jet, you gave away Elijah Moore for a second-round pick that you used to get Aaron Rodgers, and Moore is going to be the second leading receiver for the Browns if Deshaun Watson returns to 75% of what he was in 2020.
Thanks, Lenny.
Lenny, thanks for the call. You always bring the heat. We really appreciate you, my dude.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Man, I hope it's Friday. It's almost Friday. Lenny, that's a Mets fan right now. There you go.
Oh, goodness.
I feel like I know he needed that vent.
One of my favorite.
He needed that. I was like, oh, buddy, I thought you were giving the take. He needed to just be here and let it out. So we're here for you on the Sports Animal.
I haven't sent this young man a shout out before on the radio, but hardcore Mets fan, one of my favorite Instagram accounts, one of our youngest friends of the show. Shout out to Vice President Pablo, huge Mets fan. He foregone his Mets fandom. He posts like the funniest GIF every time the Mets do something stupid.
Yeah,
it's like I forgot the Mets mascot with the giant baseball head. It shows him standing up on a stool trying to hang himself, but the rope won't fit over his giant baseball head. So Mets fans, everyone else except for you guys loves this, but for you guys, I am so very sorry.
No, everyone's loving it. And I think like Jets fans and Mets fans can relate. I know we have the Jets going into tonight for a preseason. And I think it's like the Jets have built up this huge offseason with Aaron Rodgers. And oh my gosh, it's like Super Bowl or bust. And so I hope for Lenny's sake as Jets fans that he doesn't sound like him in like week 10 of the NFL season. But I think Jets fans have a lot to look forward to, and the Browns. So I'm looking forward to, I know we're not going to see Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers or any of your star players tonight, but I still like watching tonight because there's 53 people still have to make a roster. So I still think it's fun to watch.
Jets fans better be patient because they have an absolute gauntlet of a schedule at the beginning of the Aaron Rodgers might be 1-4, and they might be calling for his head after week 5 of the regular season.
With the media. I cannot wait to see Aaron Rodgers because he has this like arrogance to him, and that's not hating on him. That he's like a troll, and I appreciate that. And I can't wait to see, because they have 6 primetime games. I can't wait to see the headline after one of their losses and just see his press conference. Looking forward to breaking down those.
He is an absolute megalomaniac, but at least he's a troll. At least he messes with the media. That's something I've always appreciated about him, except for the weird COVID stuff. Like I've always appreciated how he trolls the media and messes with people and does it fun in a lighthearted way. But the Jets are going to be must-see TV all year this year.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be on Hard Knocks.
Oh.
They got Aaron Rodgers. They got 6 primetime games. They're in the AFC, not only the AFC, but the AFC East. It is going to be a struggle for them to be over 500. This Super Bowl or bust for the Jets, that is insane. It is make the playoffs and hopefully win one playoff game for the Jets. That should be your reasonable goal.
Yeah, but I feel like when teams, they go after the big dogs, the big stars, and he like made a list for them to recruit and draft, and now maybe Dalvin Cook, which by the way I heard from one of my insiders that he might have a lawsuit pending. That's some teams that might be haunting him for game suspensions, actually, with an allegation to him the last couple of years. So I hope it's not that, but I know the running back thing's a whole nother fiasco we can dive into. But Jets-Browns tonight, Hall of Fame game in about, 45 minutes?
45 minutes. I tell you what, let's go to break and let's preview the Hall of Fame game right when we get back.
And the locks.
New Mexico State talk after that, the I-9 varsity. We're going to do the varsity in honor of the Mets. We're going to do the I-9 varsity of disappointments. Of disappointments.
Like sports teams or moments or just disappointments in general?
Anne-Marie, you're a veteran of 2 Men On now. You know the I-9 varsity is whatever you want it to be.
And I really appreciate it. So
You're
I'm
welcome.
looking forward to this I-9. Maybe Griffin will be in here by then too. She has some disappointments. She's a Cowboy fan.
Ooh, fire. Let's just ignite every fan base today on the program. When we get back, Browns Jets talk. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Blake's Lotta Burger.
Nathan's Hot Dogs are back at Blake's. The new larger Lotta Dogs are made with 100% premium beef with no fillers. Try it classic or with Blake's chili con carne and cheese. You asked and they listened. Available for a limited time at Blake's Lotta Burger.
Traffic right now, got a few crashes to make you aware of. Northbound 2nd Street, just south of I-40. That crash affecting your right lane. Be careful in that area. Also, crash cleanup westbound Montgomery at Carlisle and eastbound on Central at Tramway. Got slowdowns in the crash in that area. Also, elsewhere around town right now, I-40 headed west between University and Coursing. More and more congestion in that area. Things also moving slow southbound I-25 as you approach Osuna. That's going to last until Comanche. Northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central. Traffic moving slow there. And still dealing with a couple of slow spots westbound on Paseo between 2nd Street and Coors. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
One of the single worst stretches of team ownership in the history of American sports is officially over. Dan Snyder is not the owner of the Commanders. I could spend the next 24 hours listing how horrible this guy was as an owner and a human being. New owner Josh Harris did more in the first 5 minutes of ownership than Snyder did in the last 24 years. In the words of a famous head coach, hip, hip, hooray.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
O'Reilly.
Increase your vehicle's performance and gas mileage with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up to eliminate carbon and varnish deposits. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for $10. See store for details. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Walking through a junkyard. Each wrecked car tells a story. This one, very sad. She had been drinking and driving. Oh, and this one, terrible. The driver was drunk and drove clear off the road. And this one was my family. The drunk driver hit us, and my wife and our daughter. They didn't make it.
Drinking and driving causes far too many tragic stories. It's time to end DWI. This message brought to you by NMDOT.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the Shades of Summer sale, July 28th through August 7th, and get 35% off paints and stains with prices starting at $28.92. That means 35% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 35% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's Single, Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Medium Frosty, or 10-piece nuggets, you can get another for just $1. Your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and
chicken
a Frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's single and a Frosty for me.
and a Frosty. Okay, who said Frosty and a Frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price of participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Hey, it's me, Ruthie from Total Wine & More. You know how stores have been raising their prices lately? Well, lean into your speaker a little closer because I've got a big secret to share. Total Wine is actually lowering our prices on hundreds of wines. I know, right? And even better, our new lower prices on hundreds of wines are here to stay. But listen, don't thank me. At Total Wine, we love helping our customers save big. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Ooh, let's go.
Football is back. Sexy music.
Ooh. The beginning of that song is like what happens in Amory's head if everyone just says the word football.
I played that saxophone is playing while I'm looking at everyone's picks on the internet. I'm like, oh, how can the Jets cover tonight when we don't know what's going to happen? Ooh.
Football is back, friends of the show. Everyone rejoice.
Can I get an amen?
This is all we're doing until March. Is talking football on this program. And then guess what? We're going to talk about football after that, too.
Get your brunches in. Fellas, be smart, okay? I know I'm a guy's girl. I'm a football girl. Be smart this weekend. I know football's upon us. I tell my guy friends, take your girl out to brunch, get those Target runs in, do those farmers markets, whatever, pumpkin, what is it? I don't even know.
Okay.
No, you got to get that in because then it's going to be 6 months of just
nothing but football.
Nothing but football. You got to get it in. That's my wingman talk.
Thank you. What you're saying to the ladies is my golf. I got to get all the golf I can in.
Get it in.
Because
get it all in.
One of my favorite things in the sports world is free advertisement here, the red zone.
Oh, absolutely.
The 11 o'clock mountain games, the second half in the red zone is one of the best things in the sporting world. And I am
Best.
so excited to have that back in my life.
It's like the witching hour. I can't wait for
Exactly.
that. Anything can happen. Scott Hansen. Oh, can't wait.
Can't wait.
Sorry, guys.
Speaking of NFL.
I'm not sorry. I'm super
You're
excited.
never sorry.
I ordered some new merch for the season. Getting the crock pot recipes ready.
Yeah.
Even though it's still 1,000,000 degrees outside.
Shout out to friend of the show, JD. Stock your fridge full of beer.
Yes. Beer, beer, beer.
Time to get you those winter pounds, mostly from
Yes.
mostly
Love
from
layer.
football beers.
Cuffing season, as if you will.
I'm going to try to avoid that again.
The cuffing season.
Yeah. I've done a pretty good job
Or
avoiding
the
cuff.
beers.
Oh, never that.
Never the beers.
No, you see, what I do is I eat healthy. And
I know you do.
And I
We both do.
exercise and I take care of myself so I can get loose and rage.
Yes, the vices.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm there with you, bud.
Yeah. And gambling. And we're going to be working on this for the next month, but I think we're going to have our own little gambling pick tracking website.
I'm very excited.
For 2 Men On this year, to be determined, to be developed.
You know, I
So,
went on
sit
want in
the
on
edge
that.
Of course you do. We're doing it for you. Because you're the gambler and you're going to be giving all of your picks and hot takes every week. So we're going to keep you. It's going to be your picks of integrity.
My Saturday
gotta-
my Saturday show at 7 a.m. Name 3 players. We call it Basic Betters.
Basic betters. Okay. I like that.
It's cute, right?
It is cute.
Well, you basic betters out there. The New York Jets are playing the Cleveland Browns tonight, Van. For those that you don't know, no, it's a Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
It's a
Hide your mamas. Hide your aunties. Zach Wilson's in town, baby.
I was waiting to see where this goes, but I forgot. And we haven't seen that. You know, people aren't excited about this game. I'm excited because people are still dueling out maybe for I don't know, QB2. Zach Wilson was one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL last year, but now is one of the most quote unquote serviceable backup quarterbacks in the league, maybe as of today, because we are about to see a bunch of quarterback 2s, quarterback 3s in the next 4 weeks, man. And the Cleveland Browns, I know you said this earlier, you're giving up on them, but they're a wild card. We don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to come back in Deshaun Watson form. So I think this game is very intriguing tonight.
As a son to a mother and brother to a sister and father to a daughter, I hope he fails miserably.
Absolutely 100% understand why you're saying that. And I think a lot of people feel the same way.
Also, you taking Cleveland in the points tonight.
Also, me taking Cleveland in the points. I'm actually not, because I trust someone who actually has a lot of experience. That is Zach Wilson.
Okay.
He is starting tonight, and for the Cleveland Browns, they're not playing Joshua Dobbs, who I think is going to be a great backup to Deshaun Watson and a good future quarterback. It's Kellen Mond.
Didn't they move Dobbs to wide receiver?
No.
Okay.
He's just, I don't know why he's not playing tonight, but he should be right behind Deshaun Watson. So I'm actually would take the Jets tonight. And
no starter who's not battling for a job is going to get a single rep tonight. Correct.
So,
Correct.
Thank you. Did someone text that in?
Is there anyone that friend of the show needs to keep their eye on that isn't Zach Wilson?
Oh, well, let's see here. Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Okay, I love serial killer names.
He really is, huh? He well, we'll see. We'll see. Do you think that's a serial killer name, Van? Dorian?
If you got like 2 last names or multiple last names,
That's a serial
I'm
killer
very
name?
weary. Very weary.
Really?
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way. Okay, well, he's supposed to be electric for the Cleveland Browns. Played at UCLA, and I guess he's a quarterback going against Kellen Mond, and so I guess look out for Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Okay. I do remember him playing last. I don't follow college like a lot of football fans do. I'm a mostly NFL guy. I like the compelling stories from the NCAA year. And of course, I watch the big matchups and the bowl games and the championship, blah, blah, blah. But I don't follow it as closely as I do the NFL,
Mhm.
but this guy was fun to watch.
Yeah, so he was selected in the 5th round of the 2023 draft. He will be playing in the second half of tonight's game. Obviously, Deshaun Watson is the clear number 1 quarterback. I mean, let's state the obvious here, but it's going to be him, Kellen Mond, or Joshua Dobbs, and I guess like everyone hyped in Cleveland. They're always hyped, right? And then they're let down. But about Thomas Robinson. I know I don't like the 2 last names. It throws me off.
You call him DTR. Old DTR. Keep an eye on him.
Yes.
All right, what else are the smart money bets tonight? Like so it's the first game. You got your scrubs in there, your 3rd and 4th and 5th, and people who won't even make the team, and people are so nervous.
Yeah, they're just trying to make this roster.
Fighting for a job. This is one of those games where you're like, bet the over on turnovers.
Ooh, yes. Or I would bet the halftime score.
Okay.
Or the over-unders 33.5, which that's a tough one, 33.5.
I like the under.
I like the under as well.
I like the under, and I like the over for turnovers.
Okay, and I do like the Jets and the spread.
Because solely for Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
and he'll probably get
just the more experienced team. We don't know a lot about the Browns right now.
We don't know a lot about the Browns' 3rd and 4th and 5th string players.
As long as with the Jets,
we don't know about.
You don't know about either of these teams. I just think these teams are.
Except for Zach Wilson, we don't know anything about anyone.
So this is the smartest bet I've ever made. Kind of sarcasm because he's coming off a very bad year of football. But I think he's competitive. I think Aaron Rodgers has lit this fire up his butt.
Okay.
Or maybe gave him some, what's that drug? Not drug.
Ayahuasca?
Yes.
You think he's going to be high on ayahuasca during the game?
No, I don't.
You think there's going to be a shaman there? Is that what you're saying? Like, going to be a shaman on the sideline?
Could you imagine, though?
Do you think Aaron Rodgers is even going to be in pads?
No. We won't see him till the last game of the preseason, I bet. Yeah, I gotta get some reps.
Or at all?
Yeah. But
you think like 2 series?
No, he's going to do at least take a
1 quarter in the last preseason.
Yeah,
game.
which is against the New York Giants, by the way.
Oh, I'm so
Come
excited.
on. People are going to be heated for that game.
5 days away from the preview, the pilot of this year's Hard Knocks.
So here on 2 Men on
This is going to be the best one ever.
On the Sports Animal, we're taking the Jets.
Okay.
Money line.
Like that.
We like the points.
We like
them to cover. I mean, not cover.
The under.
The under.
We like the under.
Yes.
And we like the over for turnovers.
Yes.
Okay. So that's your 3-teamer.
There you go.
Jets
You're
money.
welcome.
Jets money line.
29 minutes.
Jets money line.
Yes.
The under and then the over for turnovers.
Can't wait to follow this up when we're live at Isotopes Park tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun at the lab tomorrow. Have some great interviews and have a lot of fun. Gonna sip some Teller vodka for sure. When we get back, Coach Hire and NMSU talk. Little foot and mouth disease going on here, and we'll tell you all about it when we get back. 2 Men on 95.9, 6:10 a.m. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by STEM.
When you see a roach,
over there,
you want it gone.
Ew.
Fast. STEM's Bug Killer Trigger is powered by active ingredients found in plants and kills roaches faster than Zevo's Bug Killer Trigger based on lab testing on the most common U.S. cockroach species. STEM. Rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Well, traffic right now dealing with that crash southbound on Unser at Central. That is causing slowdowns in all directions. Be careful if you're in that area. If you can't, just avoid it altogether. Westbound Montgomery at Carlisle. Crash cleanup going on there. 2nd Street, as you approach I-40, we've got a crash there that's in the cleanup stages. Also eastbound on Central at Tramway, crash cleanup going on there. I-40 westbound right now, seeing quite a bit of congestion. Starting right around Carlisle, that'll last until Rio Grande. I-25 southbound, Osuna to Montgomery continues to move slow. Also still dealing with those slowdowns westbound on Paseo from Jefferson to the river. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Look at the under in this NL Central clash. I'm Ed Egros here to help you beat the books with BetQL. The Cubs are gaining ground on the Reds and the Brewers and sit just 3 games back of first place. Chicago looks to make it 3 of 4 against the Reds today, but the BetQL model is eyeing the total, not the side. BetQL has under 10 as a 5-star best bet. They project this number at 9. I'm Ed Egros. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL.
Your next success begins with University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited state university for more than 75 years. UMGC has been giving working adults the affordable online education you need to reach the future you want. Because the path to success is different for everyone, we offer more than 125 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, along with success coaches and lifetime career services. Our online and hybrid courses let you learn on your schedule. No-cost digital materials in place of most textbooks, affordable tuition, and financial resources make UMGC accessible. You know what it feels like to succeed. We'll help you succeed again. Too late isn't in your vocabulary. Reach your next goal at University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Undergraduate and most graduate courses start August 16th. Learn more at umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
Babbel's interactive lessons are created by real language teachers and voiced by real native speakers using a modern conversation-based method. So in no time, you can start speaking confidently about real-life topics in another language.
Nosotras vamos a México en 2 días y ahora hablamos español. Gracias, Babbel. Sí, muchas gracias.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Ask Sherwin-Williams during the Shades of Summer sale, July 28th through August 7th, and get 35% off paints and stains with prices starting at $28.92. That means 35% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 35% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Right now at Wendy's, when you buy either a Dave's single, spicy chicken sandwich, medium frosty, or 10-piece,
Under a minute.
another for just $1, your dollar never tasted so good. So it's obvious what everyone will get, right?
Definitely nugs
Spicy
and a
chicken
frosty.
sandwich,
Dave's single and a frosty for
Frosty
me.
and a frosty.
Okay, who said frosty and a frosty? Pick your obvious choice. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's, buy one, get one for $1.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined in a combo or any other offer.
Ryder works on top of the world, but his roofing business has hit new lows. Because when people search for roofer near me, Ryder's Roofing doesn't appear on the map, which means Ryder's Roofing is not on the map.
Cumulus Boost can help by managing Ryder's online listings, reviews, and dozens of other ways search engines determine which businesses get on the map. Cumulus Boost helps make sure Ryder gets the click. Visit cumulusboost.com to get on the map today. CUMULUS Boost.com. Cumulus Boost. Get on the map.
Are you amped?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, bro. The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10
on 95.9 FM
and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. Having a lot of fun with it today.
Fred's not here. Sounds just like Fred.
Thank you. Good impression.
This music.
More Taylor Swift. Is that what you're doing?
Nope.
Legendary Albuquerque hater Taylor Swift hates chili and balloons and your economy, Albuquerque, will never come here ever, ever, ever. You're listening to Two Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. I am one Van Nunley. Across the glass, super producer A-Marie Castillo. We're going to talk a little New Mexico State basketball.
Yes.
If it's not enough.
You mean ex-New Mexico State basketball coach, Greg Heier? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes. So, fever, mouth sores, skin rash. Rashes are commonly found on your hands and feet. Common in infants and children younger than 5 years old. Most people have symptoms for 7 to 10 days. I am describing foot and mouth disease, Amory. But ex-coach of the New Mexico State Aggies basketball team, Greg Heier, has foot-in-mouth disease because this idiot gone and done it again. Interviewed recently, he said that he was a sacrificial lamb for the university. And look, Lobo fan, Aggie fan, you know all about the story. I don't got to go into the details. You know it's disgusting. You know it's horrible what happened to these young men. Everything that happened in New Mexico State basketball program, honestly, I think it should have been worse. But here they are. New Mexico State agreed to pay $8 million combined to former New Mexico State player Deuce Benjamin, his father William, and former NSU player Shaq Odanuwu, and probably more lawsuits coming down the road. But here's where we stand now. Investigation said Coach Heier refused to cooperate and was unresponsive to the investigation. So speaking after the fact, he said he was a sacrificial lamb for the program. First off, this is awful. Goes on to say that he had no idea what was going on and he shouldn't be held responsible for other players' actions.
You are the coach. This is part of your job, and how about have some accountability? He also said that he wasn't told of the toxic and secretive culture when he was hired in 2022.
What's worse? That this happened on your watch with you knowing about it, or you saying that you had no idea what was going on? I don't know which one is worse. It is pathetic. Trying to slough the blame off on these friggin' teenagers who had no guidance, no direction, out of the house for the first time, obviously misguided, no leadership, no strong male leadership for these young men, allowed to commit these heinous acts of a disgusting sexual nature. And you want to say you're a sacrificial lamb?
He claimed that the school knew of the allegations and the hazing a month before he was told.
How inept are you when school officials allegedly knew a month before you did, allegedly, about these horrible acts? How blind are you to the things that are happening around you? Do you have the sheer gall, the sheer audacity to blame teenagers and a bunch of suits at the university who don't have eyes on your program? You are the leader of your program. You allowed this to happen. You enabled this behavior. And now after the fact, after you're gone, after you ruin this basketball program, that's going to take years to recoup. It's going to take years to rebuild. You want to just be, I didn't know what happened. That's worse. You not having control of this team, you're supposed to be a leader. These young men are trusted into your care. Imagine like him recruiting these kids and you're sitting across the couch from their parents and family, whatever family structure they have. It's 2023. I don't care anymore. But think of, you're sitting across the living room from these people and you're telling them that you're a leader of men and you're going to turn these young boys into men. And then you allow this to happen, and then you try to slough your shoulders. You try to just put your palms to the sky and put your shoulders to your ears and say, that I didn't know. What's worse?
And Van, I know there's 3 sides to a story, but
Sure.
then think about also the program was shut down on top of the hazing, the shooting that occurred with the whole Mike Peake situation.
I wouldn't even bring that up.
Within the same, but it's in every article, includes what happened to the program as a whole.
Yeah.
And then he also blames the athletic director, Mario Mocha, that this will all just go away. That's what Mario Mocha, excuse me. I hate when people mispronounce my name. This would all just go away.
I mean, it's awful. And honestly, like, through the actions of the program on this coach's watch, I think
everyone's to blame.
The punishment should have been worse. And obviously he is to blame. Obviously, it shows how inept he is if he didn't know this was going on.
I'm not saying it's all him, but come on.
The kid died.
So he had nothing involved with the hazing. He knew nothing about anything.
What's his job then? What is he doing? Is he just like tethered to a chalkboard? Is he just like a walking dry erase board that calls plays? That's not what this program's about. That's not what a coach is supposed to be. It's sad and it's pathetic. It's pathetic. Sacrificial lamb, my ass. Didn't know what was going on, my ass.
It's terrible. I feel really bad for these students in this program. I hope it turns around.
Yeah, I don't know if I do or not. Not for the sake of these young men who are affected by it, but for the sheer ineptitude of Greg Heyer and his cohorts.
Well, now they have Jason Hooten. Let's see what Jason does.
Hey, let's laugh when we get back.
I know.
The I-9
We have
varsity.
sad Mets fans.
Yeah.
Jaded Browns and Jets fans. This sad situation in Mexico State. Time to laugh.
A world worst all-time 100-yard meter dash by a Somalian sprinter who had no business being there.
Yeah, it's kind of a downer today, huh?
Yeah, let's laugh. When we get back, the I-9 varsity of disappointments. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by Off.
This is Protection. Yep, Protection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Prevention is the best protection. Off, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand, SC Johnson.
And traffic right now still dealing with crash cleanups. Southbound Unser at Central, backups in all directions there. Be careful if you can't just avoid that area altogether. Also, westbound Montgomery at Carlisle, traffic still moving slow from the earlier crash there. I-40 headed west this afternoon. You're going to run into congestion as you approach University. That's going to last until Coors. I-25 southbound, Osuna to Montgomery. Traffic still moving slow there. Also still seeing quite a bit of slowdowns headed west on Paseo this afternoon. Those are going to start around Jefferson. They'll last until the river. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Telling it like it is.
I absolutely love Sean Payton and the confrontation to it. There's no BS. There's no waffling. It's Pulp Fiction. They got a mess on their hands, and they called in the wolf. If you want to fix a culture, you got to nuke the old one.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Hey, it's me, Ruthie from Total Wine & More. You know how stores have been raising their prices lately? Well, lean into your speaker a little closer because I've got a big secret to share. Total Wine is actually lowering our prices on hundreds of wines. I know, right? And even better, our new lower prices on hundreds of wines are here to stay. But listen, don't thank me. At Total Wine, we love helping our customers save big. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
Like any good agent, we're here for the open house, for the closing, for handing over keys. But because we're realtors, we're here for so much more. Agents who are realtors volunteer at nearly 3 times the national average. We're working to broaden access to credit, increase affordable housing supply, and ensure fair housing for all. And realtors are bound by a code of ethics. We're here for it all. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Lobo fans, football season tickets are on sale now for as low as $86. That's less than $15 a game. The Lobos have an attractive home schedule this season, which features in-state rival New Mexico State on September 16th. This season will feature a new state-of-the-art light show during games, on-field DJ, increased tailgate atmosphere, and much, much more. Join us at University Stadium this fall by visiting golobos.com/ticket today.
Bring your sports cards, Pokemon cards, movie cards, music cards, any trading cards you want to trade, sell, or get a valuation. The buyers from California and New Mexico will be there to buy cards. All in autographs, August 5th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Meet with trading card buyers to buy, trade, or get valuation on your cards. All in autographs, 2225 Wyoming Boulevard Northeast in Hoffmantown Square off Wyoming and Manal. Visit allinautographs.com.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio for their news, weather, sports, and a community connection. It's the backbone of the emergency alert system. It's critical that we keep AM radio in cars because when cell and internet services are down, this free emergency service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here.
Hi, Jan. My friends keep posting photos in their new Toyotas, and I've got FOMO.
Well, FOMO, no mo. Toyota's national sales event is on. Squeeze out the last of summer in a new Tacoma, Highlander, Camry, and more.
I can't wait to post photos of myself grilling at the park with my new RAV4.
I will meet you there.
Toyota, let's go places. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Dealer inventory may vary. Event ends September 5th.
Visit your Albuquerque Santa Fe Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
The Duke City's home for sports.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's a yes.
This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
We're doing it here on the Sports Animal, baby. All your favorite sports and sports adjacent content right here on 2 Men On. I am one Van Nunley, A. Marie Castillo joining me.
I am so excited before we talk to the voice of the Albuquerque Isotopes, Josh Tucson, that we're ending on a funny note here, my friend.
Let's have some fun with it then.
We've been having fun, though.
I have fun every day. I don't know what you're saying.
Same.
Shh. Okay.
Same.
i9sports.com, League Office 280. Keep your kids safe. Teach them the sport, the activity, whatever you need them to be, and have a lot of fun with it. League Office 280, i9 Sports. It's League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. They are the best in the biz, and we're lucky to have them as a friend of the show. In honor of the disappointing New York Mets, today's I-9 Varsity. And by the way, if you don't know what the I-9 Varsity is, we do our best of or worst of or Mount Rushmore or totem pole or top 5 alive or whatever for any subject. And in honor of the disappointment Mets, today we're doing the I-9 Varsity of disappointments. You first, me first.
Oh, go ahead, Van. Kick us off strong.
Okay. First, I'm going to go with Y2K.
So much hype.
So much hype, and absolutely nothing happened. The world was going to shut down. It was going to be absolute chaos, anarchy in the streets. The electronic system was going to shut down. The electronic grid was going to shut down, and absolutely nothing happened at all. So first on my I-9 Varsity of disappointments, I'm going with Y2K.
That's a great one.
Thank you.
I'm going to make this personal. It's going to be the Minnesota Vikings in the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Just always, just never, ever, always bad. Always so bad. So bad.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. That's really close to your heart, and I could hear it in your voice.
Mets fans, I feel you.
Next on my I-9 varsity of the biggest disappointments, I'm going to go with what I assume is the largest disappointment in the world, and that would be Mount Disappointment in California.
What is that?
Part of the 100 Peak section of the San Gabriel Mountains outside of Los Angeles, California. Mount Disappointment, 5,900 feet plus above sea level. It's a literal mountain called Disappointment. It's a very, very large disappointment.
I've never heard of that, and I'm glad I know it now.
You're welcome. That's what we do here. We educate the populace here on 2 Men on the Sports Animal.
My next biggest disappointment is when you order takeout and they don't supply you with condiments or sauces.
Oh my God. That is awful. Not your answer. That activity, that is a huge disappointment.
You're so excited, you're hungry, you're maybe treating yourself. It's like they forgot the sauces or the condiments.
Yeek. That's a tough one. Okay, while I love this guy, I love his policies. I think he could do a lot for the country and the world. Never quite turned the corner and got to help more people. Next on my I-9 varsity of biggest disappointments, I'm going with Bernard Sanders. Better known
I'm not trying to laugh.
Better known as Bernie Sanders.
I think people understood.
For about 20 years now, maybe more, I thought, oh, this guy's going to do some good for the country and the world, and then just kind of doesn't. Great guy. Love the effort. Love the attitude. He's next on my I-9 varsity of biggest disappointments.
I like where yours are always so good, Van. Okay, next on disappointment list for me.
Okay.
I'm going to go the last leg of a parlay.
Oh, okay. Oh,
the
man.
last one you need.
I can hear it in your voice. That one hurt.
I'm making these really personal, Van.
I could tell. You're bearing all for the friends of the show. What's up? Do you have like one that sticks out? Like you were going to win like a huge one and then this one situation happened. What's your worst beat?
For listeners of the show who don't know me, I think they obviously understand I'm all NFL most of the time. I got married at the NFL draft. And I did like on my wedding day, you're just like on cloud 9. You're like, anything goes. I did a 10-leg parlay. I'll never forget this. I have it at my house.
Okay.
I missed one.
You saved the ticket?
I have it somewhere in like all of our wedding stuff from Vegas. I did a 10-leg parlay, which is so stupid. I would have never done it on any other day except my wedding day. I missed one game.
Oof.
And it was the Anaheim Angels money line.
Oh, don't bet on the Angels.
It was, oh my gosh, it was the dumbest thing. I was just on cloud 9. I just got married. It's like, let's go to the sports bet. We were like at the hotel and whatever. And I did a 10 but it was for like 10 grand.
By the way, you're listening to the I-9 varsity on the Sports Animal, guys. Also on my list is Star Wars The Phantom Menace.
Oh, or reboots.
I thought the origin story of Darth Vader was going to be the best thing in the history of the world. And it is so belligerently average. If I would have just tempered my expectations, it wouldn't have been such a disappointment.
Van, I like that one, and reboots of TV shows. Just stop doing it.
Stop doing it. Have an original concept. Also, I want all the Star Wars universe stuff that I can get. Like, give me all the content. But just, make it good. When we get back, voice of the Isotopes, Josh Sushan, joins us. We're talking Isotopes baseball. You're listening to 2 Men on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
So we are still dealing with that crash. Unser at Central, and that is causing slowdown still in all directions. Be patient if you're caught up in that. If you can't, just seek out an alternate route. Elsewhere around town right now, westbound on I-40 between the interchange and Coors, traffic still moving slow there. Also, Paseo headed west from Jefferson to the river, dealing with some slowdowns there. Also, traffic still moving a bit slow. I-25 southbound as you approach Osuna. That's going to last until Montgomery.
This report brought to you by Sandia Area Federal Credit Union.
Ready to save money? Refinance your auto loan with Sandia Area with rates as low as 3.79 annual percentage rate. Sandia Area. Better banking without the bank. Learn more at sandia.org. Equal opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
For over a decade, SimpliSafe has revolutionized home security, and our latest advancement is here, 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
KNML AM Albuquerque is the sports animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Menon, Van Nunley, and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle,
Amory Castillo. This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Check it out, check it out. It's time to rock. It's time
2 hours in the books.
One
One more segment to go. Lucky for you, friends of the show, joined here on the Sports Animal program in question, being Two Men On, of course. We're joined by Josh Suchon, voice of the Isotopes, live from the lab right now. Sush, we did the I-9 varsity of biggest disappointments. I really didn't prompt you for this, but off the top of your head, what is your biggest disappointment for your contribution to today's I-9 varsity?
All right. Well, first of all, I liked your guys a lot. I was listening in. There was a lot of good ones. Yeah. The Y2K, I'm glad that it was a disappointment. I didn't want the world to end.
Sweet.
But whenever I think of Y2K, I actually think of my dad, because I have no idea what my dad did for a living, right? When someone asked, I just said, oh, he's a computer programmer, and that was that. I haven't the foggiest idea. I never have known. I never will know what my dad did. But I do recall that it was sometime around like 96, 97, and I was somewhat trying to figure out what he did. And he mentioned this thing called Y2K, and he said that his job, and he was working for the Federal Reserve Bank in San Francisco, was to like this massive like 3-4 year project to make sure that all of these 2-digit years got turned into 4-digit years. And he was explaining to me like what might go wrong. So whenever I think about Y2K not being this disaster, I just go, that's because my dad saved the day.
Okay, that's an awesome story.
My dad saved the day. I have no idea what my dad did, but in my mind, he saved the universe because of the work that he did for however many years of getting things ready for Y2K.
As far as Y2K goes, I'm like, do I want to die like comfortably in bed surrounded by my loved ones when I'm 80-something years old? Or do I want to die in a fiery apocalypse? And you know your boy likes to party, so I'm going apocalypse. Tonight, you're working with producer Stephanie Griffin. Steph, what is your biggest disappointment for today's I-9 varsity? Don't say your third kid.
Well, thank God I don't have a third kid.
Maybe it's that she doesn't have a third kid.
No. My biggest disappointment?
Yeah.
Oh, that we're not in flying cars. Did you guys say that already?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been teased for a long time. Flying skateboards, flying cars,
right?
Flying motorcycles.
Nothing flying except for those little things you do on the ocean, like with the jetpack.
Well, that's close.
Yeah, that's the closest.
Yeah,
thing.
we're working on it. We're building our way up. Now we just have to squirt water instead of actually flying.
Yes.
I got one for myself.
Okay, what is it, Sush?
So this is going to date me. This is going to definitely show how old I am. But I remember when Empire Strikes Back came out in theaters, and it was the biggest deal. And so we go down to the theater, right? There's no fandango. There's no like ordering in advance. You just got to like show up and wait in line. And so we're waiting, and we bring, I don't know what games we brought, Uno or whatever, and you just sit down in the parking lot. And my small town only had one theater. It's not like they had it in 5 different theaters. No one thought to do that. So you had to wait until the movie was done. We got so close to the front, and then, sorry, we're all sold out for this. So then we had to wait like another 2. I think we got there like at, I don't know, something like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and finally got to see it at like 9 o'clock at night or something like that. But we were so close.
If you didn't get to see that blockbuster, and if you weren't at the lab, there was another absolute blockbuster as our Albuquerque Isotopes put up 19 runs on Vegas. Are you tired? Are you exhausted? How's your jaw? How's your voice?
God.
Ask A-Marie how
You
tired
know-
she is of cutting highlights from last night's game.
Well, the 7th inning, especially, Josh. I always appreciate you because no matter what's happening, it was very exciting because the Albuquerque Ice just kept scoring off walks,
Right.
and Josh made it very exciting.
Well, that's a skill within itself.
Yeah, that 7th inning went homer, walk, hit by pitch, walk, strikeout, walk, infield single, walk, strikeout, single, strikeout. They only put like 3 balls in play the entire inning and scored 8 runs.
It was insane.
Vegas was in for quite the shock yesterday. Are we going to have a return of the Isotope to die today?
Well, I mean, you hope so, but so here's the thing about blowouts, and I know this because I've been on where the Isotopes are on the bad end of this. Once you're down by a lot, when you're the other team, that's down by a lot, you're not going to use your best pitchers, right? You're saving them so that you got your best dudes available for the next day, and so they go to the bullpen, right? They have one guy who goes, homer, walk, hit by pitch, hits Jimmy Herron in the head. Thank goodness Jimmy's okay, stayed in the game. So, and Herron's back in the lineup today, so that's all good. So they bring in some new guy, and then I go and I look at the stats, and I go, oh my goodness, he's walked more batters than he has innings pitched, and he enters with the bases loaded, and I'm going, oh my goodness, like what are they doing? But what they're doing is they're saving their best guys for tonight, and I've definitely seen that with the Isotopes and with a lot of other teams, right? Where once you get down, especially in this league, once you get down a bunch, that guy's got to get some work, right? If he's on the team, he has to pitch. This isn't high school where they just get buried on the bench and never pitch. Someone's got to pitch, and so it's going to be the guys trying to find the strike zone, and you're not going to use him in a 1-run game, so you use him in a 7-run game, and then it becomes a 13-run game by the time the inning's done.
Well, if they're trying to save their bullpen, who's on the bump?
Tonight, the starting pitchers? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, sir.
Remember Zach Godley? Remember him?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, right? He came up, and he was great with the Diamondbacks, and he's bounced around to like a third of the teams. Well, he's now in the A's organization. They recently signed him out of an independent league, and this is his 3rd start at Las Vegas. So, yeah, longtime major leaguer Zach Godley is starting tonight.
You got to think that as sorry as the A's are, he's probably immediately their best pitcher.
Ooh, possibility.
Not Vegas,
Yeah.
Oakland.
Yeah. And then speaking of the A's, our old friend, Zach Neal, who yesterday was the pregame interview, he got called up to the big leagues today.
All right.
He's going to Oakland.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pumped for Zach.
I'm pumped for him too. And Josh,
And I'm sorry to
No,
cut you
you're
off,
good,
Amber.
you're good.
I'm really glad that I interviewed him yesterday and that I
Sure.
didn't wait until after his start, because I thought, like, okay, former Isotope comes back into town. I got 6 days to interview him, and I'm thinking, well, if he has a really poor start, that's going to be an awkward interview the day after. So let me talk to him before his start. And so that was yesterday, and I'm glad that my timing worked out because we had this great chat, and now he's in the big leagues.
No, we have a couple more minutes with you, Josh. And so what does the playoff picture look last night? I know the Albuquerque Isotopes won last night, but what does that mean for Albuquerque Isotopes?
Yeah, so we have sole possession of the final playoff spot.
Let's go.
Right, because Oklahoma City won the first half, and Oklahoma City leads in the second half by 1 game over Albuquerque. The Dodgers can't play against themselves. So right now, Isotopes sole possession of the final playoff spot, but it's really
got 2 minutes.
1 back, Tacoma's 2 back. Round Rock's 3 back, El Paso's 4 back, Reno's 5 back. So I mean, you got a whole lot of teams that are really close to one another. But it's exciting. It's fun that we got something to play for.
19 runs. Everybody on the squad got a piece last night, except for friend of the show, Aaron Shunk. Does he have to buy beer last night? What happened? They scored 19 runs and he goes 0 for. Like, what's the penance there?
At least he got an RBI.
I was gonna say he got an RBI.
yeah, at least he got an RBI in the last
grounded
inning.
out. Yep.
So he made some good plays at third. Yeah. Aaron's kind of been he's not like slumping, but he hasn't been hot yet. So it tells me that he's due. That's him as he's going to break out tonight.
Some super sweet neon inspired youth jerseys tomorrow.
Whoa.
All the moms and dads out there, all the friends of the show listening, you better get there early because it's only 2,000 to the first 2,000 fans 15 and younger.
Just
things in person yet?
I have not seen them in person. I have seen them a lot on social media, and they look pretty darn sweet. And I know that the excitement for these is very strong. I just want to remind you, Van, the keyword is youth.
Yes.
Youth jersey. Before you start asking for one, youth jersey is the key.
Well, usually
tight fitting.
Usually most people like get fake IDs to make them older. I'm going to get a fake ID so I get a jersey tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Can I please have a jersey, sir?
Whereas like a midriff.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, like as svelte as I am, it might fit me perfectly. I am a schmedium, so it's pretty close.
We'll see what happens tomorrow because we'll be at the ballpark.
Yeah.
You guys are coming out.
Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow. See you there. Who's on the pregame?
Yeah. And then Saturday and Sunday is the red chili versus green chili food, and it's mariachis and it's fireworks.
Gosh.
And the pregame guest is none other than Jamison Hanna. He was out for like 4 months. He comes back, first game back. He's on base 5 times, drives in 3 runs, scores 2 runs. So we learned about his rehab, about his injury, and also what he did to occupy his mind during his rehab. It's a good story.
Well, that's going to be a great story. Have a great call tonight, Josh. See you
All right,
tomorrow.
I don't think he's going to get called up back-to-back days like Zach Neal did, though.
Well, maybe. You never know.
Though. We'll see.
Hey, Marie, hell of a job today.
Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
Stoked for the Topes tomorrow.
We're going to have so much fun.
Yeah.
Some Teller. Let's go.
Go. The second it hits 5, we'll be sipping on some Tellers. Don't miss a second of the action on the opening drive tomorrow with Jeff and JJ, and we'll see you live from the lab tomorrow. We love you, Burke.
Later.
Your next success begins with University of Maryland Global Campus.